Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. How you doing? Thank you for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
Mọ̀ pé nínú Quran náà ìfẹ́ òun ló ṣe pàtàkì jù. Ìfẹ́ ó ṣe kókó. Ṣé gbogbo wa kọ́ láti ṣẹ̀ ni? Ó ní gbogbo wa láti ṣẹ̀ láti kùnà ògo wọn Ọlọ́run. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n tóun bá ń sàmì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ta ló lè dúró? Bible náà ló sọ ó ní ta bá mọ̀ pé ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ ni wá, ta jẹ́wọ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa, Ọlọ́run ready láti dáríjì wa. So àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí whether níbi tí ilé ayé dé, let's just be candid, because ọkùnrin àti ìyàwó tẹ́ wà nulẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ pé wọ́n nìkan lọ́kọ ẹ fẹ́, yes, I mean legally, because you are married legally. Tí ò bá fẹ́ òun ní ti Christian wọ́n á sọ pé ìyàwó kan, ọkùnrin bàbá kan àbí ọkọ kan, ìyàwó kan. But tẹ́ bá lọ research dáadáa, they have a lot of concubines. Some of them are even married to them. So, but who are we to judge? And nǹkan tí Mr. Lágbájárí tó fi lọ fẹ́ ìyàwó mi, òun kọ́ ni Mr. Làkàṣègbèrí tó fi lọ fẹ́ tiẹ̀. But lójú àwọn obìnrin, even lójú àwọn ọkùnrin, ǹjẹ́ nǹkan tó wù yìí ni pé à ń kóyàwó jọ? Ọ̀nà púpọ̀ ló yà sí. Ṣá lè fẹ́ràn obìnrin méjì the same way? I don't think it's possible. I don't think, but tán wọ́n bá jọ wà tán lè manage the situation. Pé tí crisis bá dé, you are able to manage the crisis, and the crisis will be within you, your husband, and the wife and the wives. Now, ní jẹ́ kí crisis yẹn kó translate or kó transcend sí àwọn ọmọ tá à ń bí, because enmity máa arise. Ó dá ṣé ọkùnrin kan tó bá fẹ́ yàwó méjì tó fẹ́ràn kan jù kan lọ, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ cope? Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? Báwo ni àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ń bí nínú ìdílé yẹn tó bá di lọ́jọ́ iwájú tí wọ́n ní bá history yẹn wípé màmá mi òun ni ààyò bàbá mi, the other one bàbá wo mà ní time fún wa, ìyàwó tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa lọ fẹ́ òun ló create attention fún, and you will see nínú consequences yẹn ó máa wà látìgbà táwọn ọmọ bá ti ń gbọ́njú débi pé wọ́n dàgbà. And that's why sometimes ẹ rí àwọn ọkùnrin míì á tún sọ débi pé ọmọbìnrin làwọn fẹ́ káwọn bí, because ọmọbìnrin láàánú àwọn náà máa dúró, even though wọ́n á ní ọkùnrin ló ń gbèdílé bàbá ga, because àwọn náà máa dórúkọ wọn. Those are some of the things. Sí àwọn ọ̀tọ̀ tún ni pé àwọn ọ̀yọ́ kan wọ́n máa sọ pé bóyá pé wọ́n máa create problem, maybe intentionally or not intentionally, fún àwọn ọmọ wọn, ìyàwó àti ọkọ ìyàwó ọmọ wọn, wípé bóyá ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé wọn ò rọ́mọ bí, ọ̀tọ̀ tún ni pé wọ́n tún bímọ, wọ́n á tún ní wọn tí ì bí àrólé bóyá ọkùnrin. So what can we do? Báwo la ṣe lè make ilé ayé kó rọrùn? Ìdí tó fi dàbí pé àwọn western world, àwọn tí wọn culture wọn or ìwà ìṣesí wọn ó yàtọ̀ sí tiwa nìyẹn, torí àwọn ò ní fi nǹkan bojú, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní lóòótọ́ àwọn faramọ́ pé bóyá ìyàwó kan ò lè wà nínú ilé pẹ̀lú òyìnbó kó gbéyàwó méjì sílé. Ibi tí wọ́n lè tó ẹ lè má fẹ́ra yín nílùú òyìnbó, tó bá gbé sílé kò ní partner ẹ̀ ni, even má pé girlfriend yẹ, tó bá ti sọ pé partner ẹ̀ ni pé obìnrin àtọkùnrin ẹjọ́ ń gbénu ilé, tẹ bá sọ pé ẹjọ́ ọjọ́ rẹ̀ lásán, tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ó lè ṣàdédé lé onítọ̀hún jáde o, ó lè ṣàdédé lè jáde, whether bóyá o marry sí legally or bó o marry sí legally. So àwọn báwọn ṣe ń wo nǹkan ó yàtọ̀ sí bí àwa ṣe ń wo nǹkan, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní tóbìnrin àtọkùnrin bá wà tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ra yín lọ́dọ̀ tiwọn, tó bá lọ sẹ́ǹsì pé bóyá ó tiẹ̀ lọ gbóòórùn pé bóyá o ní girlfriend àbí nǹkan, kò sí ọ̀nà tán lè gbé gbà. Number one, divorce ni, and níbi tí àwọn lè dé ara wọn bó ṣe ń gbóná kò sí tán lè ṣe, because wọ́n ní license láti carry ammunition, they can take life. Irú tiwa culture wo fààyè gbà bẹ́ẹ̀, culture tí wọ́n náà fààyè gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ká máa gbẹ̀mí ẹlẹ́mìí, but àwọn instant judgment ni ìta máa sọ pé Ọlọ́run á dá kìnnìkan. Ẹlòmíì inú àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun yìí kan tó ṣẹ́jú kan tó pẹ́, even kan tí ò tẹ́ ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àti ìyàwó, they swing into action. Wọ́n lè mọ consequence pé well nítorí pé inú ń bí mi, I'm frustrated with what I'm saying or what is going on. They take laws into their hand and they face the consequence. So ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ lẹ́nìí ó deep gan. The only thing tẹ́mi kàn máa admonish wa ni pé ẹni tí Ọlọ́run bá ti fún nílé ẹ̀ in terms of pé bóyá ọkọ kan ló fẹ́ ìyàwó kan ló ní, kó manage dáadáa. Ká má sọ pé bóyá pé we are the best of all, pé bóyá àwọn tí wọ́n níyàwó púpọ̀ yẹn wọn ní àbí wọn mọ̀ ṣe àwa la mọ̀ ṣe. No, ẹni tó níyàwó kan ìwọ ló mọ̀ pé wọ́n nìkan lọ ní ìyàwó ẹ̀, ìwọ nìkan ní ìyàwó lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ ẹ̀, ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ń ta. Ọkùnrin ò lè ṣóbìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ lóbìnrin ò lè ṣọkùnrin. Let's just be frank with ourselves. It takes the grace of God, it takes discipline, it takes commitment and perseverance. Tí a bá dẹ̀ a lot of things tó dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ especially nínú ilé nínú family tí àwọn obìnrin tá a bá ní àmójúkúrò, because kò sọ́gbọ́n àwọn obìnrin là ń nífẹ̀ẹ́ jù. Tí n bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ọkùnrin tí ò reciprocate ìfẹ́ yẹn sí mi, tí mo dẹ̀ stick head mi sí bóyá nítorí pé bóyá mo ti bímọ síbẹ̀, ọ̀ bí mò ń wo pé bóyá bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀, ọ̀ mi ìfẹ́ kí family máa kà á fún mi pé ó tún ti kúrò nílé ọkọ yìí wípé kí náà ti ń porúkọ ẹ̀. But tó bá dé stage kan tó bá di pé nǹkan tó máa affect yàn in terms of your mental status or mental stability, èèyàn láti jókòó kó dissect ẹ̀ pé èwo ni mo fẹ́ fọwọ́ mú. Even if you have children, you have to seek refuge. You have to seek for wisdom, either counseling. And lẹ́yìn counseling, what is best for you? What do you think you want for yourself? Because ẹ̀mí tó bá wà ló máa dọ́là o. Ẹ̀mí tó bá wà ló fẹ́ sọ pé o fẹ́ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ. You come first, even if you have children. Because èèyàn bá wà lálàáfíà la máa rójú tó àwọn ọmọ tọ́lọ̀ ń fún wa. But tó bá ti di pé ó ti ń di gbàsgbòs, even kó má sí pé physical abuse, pé bóyá ọkọ ń lu ìyàwó àbí ìyàwó ń lu ọkọ, any of the party tó bá ti di pé nǹkan tí à ń ṣe ó mú stress wá, ó ti ń result sí pé your mental sanity ó ti ń wà disturbed. We have to caution ourselves. Ká dẹ̀ pera wa wálé pé which option ni mo fẹ́? Ṣé mo fẹ́ ìgbésí ayé tí mo fẹ́ nífọ̀kànbalẹ̀? I want my peace. Owó ò dẹ̀ lè rà láfíà, owó ò lè rayọ̀. Tó bá rà to a certain extent ni. So all of these things we should decide with in our closet. Àwọn tó wá ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ youth, àwọn ni kán jókòó tán bá rí àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa là wọ́n ní even kéèyàn tó marry ní báyọ̀ fẹ́ ṣe church marriage, even ní ìlànà mùsùlùmí gan, ẹ̀rí counsel tán máa gbà yín nímọ̀ràn tán máa ṣe báyìí. But ìmọ̀ràn yẹn ìgbà tẹ́ number one, ọkùnrin àti obìnrin tá a bá wà ní ojú ọ̀nà pàǹdé tara wa, ọ̀tọ̀ ni wa tá a máa wù. Tó bá di pé a fẹ́ marry pé mo ti wà committed sí lágbájá ti wà committed, ọ̀tọ̀. Tá a bá tún wá délé, ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Every day bí ọjọ́ ṣe ń lọ, bí ìgbà ṣe ń lọ, ìwà tá à ń wù láti ìgbà tán ti bí wa will never be the same. We keep changing, we keep learning. So it is now left for us pé which part, especially when it comes to matrimonial home, èyí tó bá ti fẹ́ di pé ó fẹ́ gbé àìnífọ̀kànbalẹ̀, ṣe rí àìnífọ̀kànbalẹ̀ yẹn òun ló ń fa àkólé kan. Kò sẹ́ni tó lọ́n dá tó ya wèrè àbí tó ní mental problem, but gbogbo àwọn hills, all this contemporary issue tá à ń rí, especially starting from our home, òun ló ń fà á. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí signal yẹn, look for a counselor, look for somebody that you can talk to. We have to open up, we have to share these things so that we'll get relief. And téèyàn bá tá gbára wa nímọ̀ràn, kónítàn wá jókòó pé wo ló rọrùn fún mi. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká fi ìtìjú ká sọ pé a fẹ́ fi wà nílé ọkọ, or ká sọ pé kán má máa kà á fún mi, ẹni tó ti marry mo fẹ́ lọ fẹ́, bóyá onítàn ti marry o ti divorce, or bóyá wà in the process of divorce tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fẹ́. Kí ló fẹ́? What do you want? What are you looking for in that marriage? You understand? So we have to sit down and look at these things. Then tabati wà nínú marriage náà, wọ́n ní for better for worse ni. Is this something you think you can stand? Tí challenges bá wá, ṣé nǹkan tí mo lè dúró ni? Ṣé mo láwọn tí mo lè fẹ̀yìntì in terms of àwọn wo ni mo lè fọ̀rọ̀ lọ? Àwọn wo ni ó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè gbà mí nímọ̀ràn tí nǹkan bá rújú, tí mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tán bá gbà mí nímọ̀ràn ìgbọ̀ràn. Even ó lè má jẹ́ pastor, ó lè má jẹ́ reverend, because a ti rí gbogbo nǹkan táwọn tí ń jẹ́ èèyàn lọ́ngàn tó ń ṣe in our society today. So my own summation now is ká kóra wa pọ̀, ká fẹ́ràn ara wa. A ti rí oríṣiríṣi tó ń lọ láyé, obìnrin àtobìnrin fẹ́ra wọn sìn, tán tún ṣe ẹyọ kan, táwọn náà fẹ́ méjì, ọkùnrin àtọkùnrin. So kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú fún wa ni, kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́n o. Àwọn tán dẹ̀ ti lọ, kò sẹ́ adọ́run bọ̀. So ilé ayé yìí náà ni olúkálùkù ló ti máa kó gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe. And our heart is our God. My own conscience is my God. So òfurufú ni sánmọ̀ ní heaven. Kí ni heaven? Inú ọkàn wa, òun ni heaven wá wà. Kí la ṣe láyé? Kí la ṣe ṣe? Tí ọkàn wa bá ti ń sọ fún wa pé nǹkan tá a ṣe kò dáa, we have to sit back and caution ourselves. Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹ máa bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lọ sá. Thank you.
Thank you, mommy. Thank you. Kofi?
Yeah. Morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Moremi.
I want to first greet SAN, Madam Boshere, Shewadada. Latisneh, mọ̀ pé SAN ni wọ́n, amòfin ni wọ́n bọ́ ṣe wà yẹn. I want to start from one angle. Mo rí nǹkan tí Justice for Bamishe call that we women are even more than the men. Yes, Justice for for Bamishe. I saw your chat, your how will I put it, message. Women are more than men. That is correct. So I will start from a perspective that has been scientifically proven, and I will need like 3 to 5 minutes. And please, Madam Kid Boss, the pregnant woman, I will not want you to say thank you. So please, it is noted that at conception, please just bear with me. At conception, about 60% of the women that are conceived, 60% of all the recorded pregnancies happen to be female. Why 40%, the remaining 40% are females. So now it is documented that majority of the miscarriages that takes place from conception to birth, majority, about 99% of them are for the male fetus. All right. So, which means that at conception, when a woman gets pregnant, so 60% of all of them, they are boys. So the remaining 40% are girls. So now, if there is any form of miscarriage, any form of thing that happened during that time before the pregnancy is taken to term, so majority of them are recorded or are found out to be of the male offsprings. So it means that right from immediately after conception, majority of everything that is happening affect the male fetus. All right. So now at birth, if you look at majority, it is also proven that majority of the intrauterine death, that is stillbirths, majority of them are also males. So you will discover that at birth, the ratio that happened to be 60-40 at conception, when the lady conceive, will come back to around 50-50. All right, so be around 50% at birth. Now, when they started growing also, all the children that 50-50 after birth, it is also found out that majority of the childhood killer diseases affect male offspring also. So it means that the population of the males keep on reducing even after birth. If you look at, when there is a crisis, there is chickenpox that affects children, so male will not survive and majority of the females will survive. So also when they are growing up, all those erekere táwọn èèyàn máa ń ṣe, hardly will you see a female child kó ṣe erekere. For instance, it's only a male child that will be riding a bicycle without a brake in, I want to say, tropical African countries. Majority of the females here, when you are growing up, èèyàn mélòó ló máa gbọ́ pé kẹ̀kẹ́ yìí ò ní brake tó máa gùn. As a young boy, I jump on it. I don't care whether there is brake or not. I'm enjoying myself. When we are growing up also, especially those of us that lives in the local areas, rural areas, we boys, that will go to a river to go for fishing, females will not go. It is we boys that we join people going for hunting, females will not do that. So on all those activities keep on reducing the population of males. Now, when they grow up and they become adults, it's only men or male boys that die like soldiers in their boots. That is, you see them, they are into adventures. If you look at the population of an army, police, air force, or navy, you will see that the population of men is very higher than women. So when there's an outbreak of war or anything, so more men will actually be pied also. So now, as at the time they reach adulthood, so there will be a reversal of the initial statistics that says that at conception, male is 60, female as 40%. So when they get to adult stage, so there will be a reversal of that statistics. So there will be more female at that time than male. So that is some of the things that researchers found out that was responsible for the trend in the population we are experiencing right now. And that is just going back to Isaiah chapter 4 that was quoted the other time. These are the factors that are actually, maybe used to actually explain some of those inequalities.
He also emphasized on war. Where there will be when there is war, when there is but it's more.
I've said that already. Now I added it. That's why I don't want to say war. I said in armed forces, in whatever. So now back to the issue we are discussing now.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the please, you are interrupting me, kid boss. I stated that before I started. So now back to the topic that we are discussing right now. I believe in one thing: everybody should decide on whatever they want to do. My opinion might not actually affect what Expander would do. My opinion will not affect what Latisneh or Onile or any other person would do. But the truth of the matter is this. If you feel like, okay, you want to have 2, 3, 4 wives, then will you also allow any of those women to also get another man to themselves also? So we need to balance everything out. I don't believe in inequality. We must be equal. So if I say, okay, it's good for a man to have 3, 4, 5 wives, will I now ask that same man's wife to have 2, 3 men also as their own side also? So if we look at this thing very well, the God is equity. There is equity in what God does. I believe God is not partial in what He has been doing, and maybe that was why when they told us about creation, that God created one man, one woman, God wants everything to be equal. Now, there are other things that even after the creation, God gave us control to decide on what we want to do. Now, are we also fair and sincere with ourselves? So it depends on individuals. I cannot say marry 2 wives. But if I say marry 2 wives, then will those wives also be allowed to, if they choose that, okay, I need another man also, will they be allowed to actually take that decision also? So that is where I want to rest my point right
Mr.
now.
Kofi,
So
you just mentioned, Mr. Kofi,
there's a question.
You just mentioned now that due to all this war, erekere and all of that, all reduce the rate of they get numbers of rather. Now you are now saying that tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ra tí tọkùnrin bá fẹ́ another wife, pé ṣé ó máa accept kí ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ máa ṣe ìṣekúṣe níta àbí is that what you think?
ṣé ọkùnrin tí ó fẹ́ ìyàwó wọlé ṣéṣekúṣe kọ́ ló náà ṣe.
Bọ̀ ẹ ti rí pé ó ti pọ̀ jura wọn lọ, ẹ ti rí pé obìnrin ti pọ̀ ju ọkùnrin lọ already, and there are different reasons why people marry two wives. She get.
So the same reason why men marry two wives, are we saying that women also cannot have such a reason also to marry another man?
There are plenty. Women are
They
more.
cannot.
They are more than men now.
Kid boss.
Yes, sir.
Kid boss. 1 minute. Mr. Kofi.
Yes,
Sir. Contradict ara yín.
No.
You have given us good analysis.
Okay.
From science and to the reality of what we have at the moment. Obìnrin pọ̀ ju ọkùnrin lọ. Tóbìnrin bá pọ̀ ju ọkùnrin lọ. Mo ní ọmọbìnrin mẹ́ta. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wọn marry. Obìnrin dẹ̀ pọ̀ ju ọkùnrin lọ. Ṣé táwọn méjì ni wọ́n bá fẹ́ ẹni tí ó ti marry tó wá kù ẹyọ kan? Ṣé mi ní wò pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó bá dẹ́ni tó ti marry gan lórí kó lọ fẹ́? Does that apply to obìnrin tó wá ti marry yẹn pé torí ọkọ ẹ̀ wá fẹ́ ẹlòmíì?
Alhaji, you are up.
Wá ọkùnrin míì. Ọkùnrin tó tẹ̀fẹ́ lọ wá yẹn kò sí in the first instance. That's another thing. And another aspect I think you should have touched, òun náà ni, sexual oníkálukú pé ṣé títọ́ tóbìnrin bá wá àì ṣàmáyá ní pé kò náà lọ ní ọkọ míì ni àbí kó lọ́kọ méjì sílé ni, but you didn't go to that route. But
okay.
But in Africa, and as a believer, a rí kánú àwọn òwe wa pé ọkọ òun lolówó orí aya. A rí kà pé even in the olden days, even from the prophet of God, so believe, àwọn ọkùnrin ni wọ́n ń fẹ́ yàwó tó pọ̀, kì í ṣe àwọn obìnrin wọn ni wọ́n ń fẹ́ yàwó tó pọ̀. So in that way, obìnrin are not allowed to marry more than one, but they were allowed to marry more than one tó wáyé pé wọ́n divorce or ìtàn fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ kú, but obìnrin ò lè kó ọkọ méjì sílé. Bí àwọn èèyàn ń ṣe ń sìn náà o, ìsì ara páyé ń bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. Ọkùnrin ń fọkùnrin, ara páyé ń bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. Obìnrin ń fóbìnrin, ara pé ayé ń bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. But the morality of it ni pé ọkùnrin still allowed láti fẹ́yàwó méjì mẹ́ta due to part of what you've just analysed to us.
Yeah, I will go back.
Because tó máa fẹ́ kí ọmọ ẹ̀ lé sílẹ̀ lóbìnrin kó má lọ́kọ.
Exactly.
Now
So
let me
you can go on.
let me go back. Let me go back to where I started from. I started from that angle because of the question from Bamishe sister. All right, that's why I decided to go that route to give that brief narrative. Now there is a way through which we can actually reverse some of these things. So the first thing is, number one, when we have a government that is sincere and serious, that make health services to be affordable and to be available to citizens. That's number one. Number two, we all come from we came from a background whereby we believe that some particular work is meant for men, and